Słuchajcie, jesteśmy na żywo, ostatnie godziny przygotowania, także zobaczycie, co tutaj się dzieje. My tu sobie spotkaliśmy się już z Robertem Sajzem, z Jasią. To jest Jasia Sajz, prawda? Słuchajcie, doktor Sajz się szykuje, mówi, że jest gotowy do wykładu, scena i tam ekipa montuje. We are live at the moment.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah,
No,
yeah, we have live.
what is this?
This is
not.
Robert.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't even know which
This is Latin.
It's Latin. No, you guys had to learn Latin at medical school.
Yeah, it was a big lie. It was a big lie.
It is a big lie.
Yeah, it is still. And then we went to Australia and they told us, why you teach this?
But the Australians can't speak English.
Yeah.
No, they can't.
Sorry?
But the Australians can't speak English.
Really?
No, they were kicked out.
Yeah, and they like you probably.
Hello, Paul Mason.
yeah. Camp here, like next year maybe in Canberra.
So we're doing low carb Brazil. You know, I told you Mariana died, so we're doing low carb Brazil, which will be in April of next year, which is kind of really cool. Mm-hmm. So that survived because she was like the whole thing. So now I just heard today that's on. So it's nice. The whole world is getting involved.
Yeah,
it's so good. It's so good. Yeah.
So if they invite us to Brazil, we can come.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
No, but really, I mean, that's what I'm saying is having the international flavor is what we've got to get you guys involved now. It's not just bringing people here; it's taking your stuff elsewhere. Mm-hmm. That's,
no problem.
Because you're free. Where was it? I put out.
Where is my gun?
No. Because you see, what I do is I write stuff down. When I'm walking and things, I write stuff down, and then I send it to my IT guy. Now, you see, don't get old.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I have this kind of thing. I don't use it.
So let's see. What did I say to him today?
Zaraz pokażemy.
So it's a living a beautiful life conference.
Yes.
That's today. And then, what did I say? The freedom thing. I don't know what I did with the freedom.
Freedom
somewhere.
is owning 100% of your own time.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Oh, I put that into one of my talks. I put that into one of my talks today. Yeah. No, but I quoted you. Where did I write that? I quoted you today because that's a beautiful quote. That's how my brain works. Is when I hear something, I write it down. But now the problem is Alzheimer's. I've forgotten where I wrote it down.
Yeah, but we will teach you how to get rid of Alzheimer's tomorrow. You have to reduce carbs, Robert. Carbs.
Carbs are good for business. You got to be seen eating them. You purge. In surgery, you make a little hole here, and then you eat them, and they come right out. A little G tube.
Yeah.
So
you're operating this kind of.
Yeah. That's what we do.
You want a tube? Yes. This one.
Where did I write that today?
Słuchajcie, zaraz wam pokażemy, jak się tu ekipa rozkłada. Macie, tam jest ekipa realizatorska. Będzie ekipa realizatorska, będzie w super jakości nagrana transmisja. Tutaj będą siedzieć, tutaj będą siedzieć tłumacze i tłumaczyć generalnie. Pozdrawiamy Kasię, pozdrawiamy Dorotę. Jutro czekam z entuzjazmem Aga Łodzi. To będzie fajny klimacik.
That's the picture of my son. No lettuce in his food. So he picked out he took out all the lettuce. He doesn't eat green food.
Yes.
Only the meat.
Yeah. This is a good guy. So he's carnivore.
He's carnivore. Carnivore. Yeah. This is when I showed you when he was a baby. When he was 4 months old. He's eating a piece of ribeye steak here.
Doktorze.
So you see there.
Dzień dobry. Dzień dobry. Dr. Sajz, this is Dr. Dangle. Woda,
witam serdecznie.
I don't speak any Polish, I'm sorry. Hello.
We can speak
Oh, good. Much better than me. This is my wife.
Probably better.
Jasia.
Nice to see you. Gianna Dangal.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to see you.
Tak, miło. No to my się tutaj rozkręcamy.
Rozkręcacie się.
Czujemy. Tak, proszę, otworzymy w takim razie. Idziemy jutro po konferencji.
Nie jesteście
Nie. A nawet jeśli to byśmy z grzeczności po prostu otworzyli. Fajnie, do zobaczenia. No. Cables and...
anesthesiologist?
Yes. This is the guy. His book is so good about food and supplementation pregnant women. It's a great book.
Fantastic.
But and we have to help to sell more books, more women, because it's knowledge is so
The
important.
female side.
Yeah,
is
this
very
is the
important.
only one book
In
in
fact,
Poland.
Next year we've got a whole the Omaha thing is going to be a whole Women's Day. Just because Jamie Seaman, I don't know if Dr. Fit and Fabulous she's a gynecologist and she does all of this, but they do a lot of fitness stuff as well. So, but she's a gynecologist, so they're having a whole female day next year, all about PCOS, but also female cancers, breast cancer. You know, breast cancer rates have gone up 256% since 1980 in the US, and it's all related to the hyperinsulinemia.
Yes.
Hyperinsulinemia.
This is it.
You know, so all of that, endometriosis, endometrial cancers, endometrial polyps, all of that they're talking about.
Lots of patients ask us about endometriosis. So this is the same like a whole bag full of different diseases.
Yeah, endometriosis is related to insulin resistance, that implantation, and then also intestinal inflammation. Yeah. So you've got the inflammation in the intestine from the carbohydrates, which creates that fertile area, and then the endometrium deposits.
Yeah, and the hit is the best thing is we will not show this guy.
You can show him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So come on, we will show. He's sleeping.
Yeah.
This carnivore man.
That's a carnivore baby.
To jest syn doktora Sivesa, który jest na karniworze, czyli je tylko potrawy mięsne, czyli pochodzenia zwierzęcego. Od samego początku, od 4. miesiąca. I what did you say about his teeth?
His teeth, if you look at his jaw, if you look at this part of his jaw, you look at mine, it slopes down, and my teeth are terrible. If you look at his jaw, it's got a big flat line, his jaw is out, and his teeth
ma mocno rozwiniętą żuchwę, dlatego że już przeżuwa od 4. miesiąca życia, co jest naturalnym procesem u młodych organizmów. Jeżeli karmimy dziecko papkami, płynnymi substancjami, no to jama ustna nie rozwija się w ten sposób, bo mięśnie nie pracują, dlatego szybko też miały wszystkie swoje zęby. Podpowiedź dla mam i tatusiów, którzy po prostu szybciej te zęby wyjdą i krócej będą boleć.
So we're going to save a lot of money on braces, because every child in America has braces. He's not going to need them.
Okay, braces, co to jest?
Braces, orthodontics, you know.
Czyli aparaciki na zęby. Zaoszczędzili. No i to tak można zaoszczędzić. Ale weź spróbuj się wyłamać z tego systemu, który każe ci tak. W 4. miesiącu już dawać jedzonko, czyli soczki, bobo, frucika lub inne, nie za blisko. Potem zboża, znowu 6 posiłków dziennie, jogurciki specjalnie dla dzieci. No to jest Matrix, słuchajcie. I'm talking about...
And let me tell you, he had all 20 of his baby teeth by 10 months. 10 months. Because he's eating, he's chewing really hard, his teeth came out with
To jest
gaps.
informacja bardzo ważna. Zobaczcie, miał wszystkie swoje 20 zębów, jak już miał 10 miesięcy. Ile twoje miały miesięcy, Rafał, jak miał wszystkie zęby?
Rok, 2.
Chyba rok i 2. Moja jeszcze Helcia nie ma żadnego, ale już ślini się tak, jakby za chwilę miała mieć. 4 miesiące. No zobaczymy, jak będzie dalej.
Yeah, I didn't understand that at all.
Hey, you should speak Polish. You are in Poland
I'm
from
coming.
yesterday. What's the country is it?
Where
are you?
I'm in Poland.
Yes,
and I love
the
being here.
language. But you said cześć.
But not me. Yes, that was it.
Your wife is Jasia.
In fact, on my talk, I wrote a couple of Polish words that I can't pronounce.
So Robert, now tell our audience, można pięknie żyć. This is the name of the conference. Można pięknie żyć.
Life is beautiful.
A to oznacza, że jeszcze możecie dołączyć
Living a beautiful life.
dzisiaj do 24:00 w linku w opisie macie bilety na konferencję. Chodźcie, dołączajcie, zostały tylko online, bo ta cała sala będzie zapełniona. I tylko na tej konferencji dowiecie się o naszej historii, na przykład o tym, że lubiliśmy acid underground techno i jeszcze parę innych rzeczy robiliśmy, ale dowiecie się też, bo ja planuję taką historię, powiedzieć, jak nas ścigała policja. Będziemy też rzucać mięsem, zobaczycie też po raz pierwszy okładkę naszej książki, pierwszej książki, także dużo będzie się działo. Zapraszamy, jeżeli nie macie czasu jutro być, to my wyślemy wam tą konferencję nagraną, jeżeli zdecydujecie się wykupić bilecik dzisiaj do 24:00 90 zł, a nie 290. Jeżeli nie znacie doktora Sivesa, Robert Sives to jest gość z USA, no to nie przejmujcie się, wiadomo, że dla nas to jesteście tutaj dla nas. No my
I can't understand a word that these guys are saying, but I can tell you this, I got a big smile on my face, and here's why. When you eat carbohydrates, they get you high instantly, but then you have to make excuses for them. Just watching these two guys talk and rap and be so happy, that gets me high already. I don't need drugs to make me high. This is fantastic. Okay. This is what we're here for. This is life. If you get high on life, you don't need drugs.
This is it. Przetłumaczcie sobie spokojnie ze słownikiem Wikipedia, tam jest tłumacz w Google, także nie ma problemu, ale generalnie chodzi o to, że jeżeli macie piękne życie, nie potrzebujecie węglowodanów po to, żeby być cały czas na haju, na podkręceniu, na tej dopaminie, która jest wyzwalana, czy endorfinach, które są wyzwalane właśnie przez te przetworzone węglowodany, które są, w skrócie mówiąc, złem.
These guys get high from what they do, not from what they consume. And that's the best way to live life.
Yeah. Thank you.
True,
Thank
it's
you,
true.
Robert. Yeah.
That's the change. No, but
You don't have to say it.
No, but it's true. The foundation of my practice,
Yeah.
when I'm treating people with all kinds of diseases related to carbohydrates, is to change their high from something external to something internal. It's called an effort-based emotion management system, where you're doing stuff, and you guys are happy all the time. It's true. You guys are door openers.
Yeah, but what's the reason to not to be happy?
Because
Pollution.
Yeah, but if you think about it, there's three types of people. There's hardcore people like myself who we're very weak as our core. When I'm a fat guy, I'm weak inside. So I have this hard where people bounce off. Okay? Then you got the mushies, the people that are all simple and you walk all over them. And you guys are warm fuzzy. Yes, as well. Warm fuzzy. So everybody loves to be in your company. You make people happy by being in your company. I can't understand a word, but I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
That is
energy.
No, it's a drug. It's the best drug. Because you never ever can be overly addicted to the drug of happiness. It's the way it works.
He's a smart guy. Yeah, we like him.
It's what we do.
Dla tych osób, które jeszcze powiedzmy może, które nie znacie doktora Sipesa, chociaż możecie posłuchać wywiad z nami na YouTubie, no to doktor jest cały czas praktykującym lekarzem, jest chirurgiem, jeszcze do dzisiaj wycina żołądki osobom z potężną otyłością i praktykuje, ma doświadczenie. Wczoraj jechaliśmy z Pragi i mówił nam, przepracowany jest. On nie rozumie, co my mówimy, doktor. You work too much. Jest przepracowany, ma
You
40...
can't work too much at what you love. I was thinking about this.
Yeah, okay.
Yesterday we talked about
All
it.
right.
I don't work. I love what I do. I'm having fun every day.
And
You know, every patient, every person, every human that says to you, "You saved my life," for the work that you do on YouTube, for the work that you do, it makes you feel good. Every day we get that in our office. You saved my life. You've turned my life around. All you have to do is look in the comment section of YouTube. You guys, exactly the same. That's what's fulfilling for us.
And this is this whole space will be full of partly our patients, like happy people,
Happy
like,
people that have
people,
benefited.
and people who, thanks to our knowledge, changed our life. You can live beautiful life.
There you go.
Yeah.
There it is. It's about living a
He has
beautiful
the
life.
same.
Yeah, it's absolutely
Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah. Perfect.
This is it.
Perfect.
For
That
the
is what
rest
it's
of our
about.
life.
Yeah. And that comes from within.
Yeah.
And if it comes from within, you don't need other things from outside. That's the big change. That's addiction management.
And
by
the
the way.
very important thing is that it's not like you're born with this thing. You have to sometimes you have to have hard life to realize that
but
life is beautiful.
also, you know what? Sometimes as parents, we don't allow our kids to develop sources of happiness from
Be
within.
quiet.
Yeah,
Don't
be quiet.
discuss.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Or you know what? We praise the excellence, not the fun they have doing something.
Yeah.
So it's about how well you played soccer, not how much fun you had playing soccer. And then the child is driven by outcomes. I have to score, I have to play well, instead of just having fun. So if you can't have fun with your own life, then you need drugs to make you feel good.
This is it.
So parenting is the start of addiction.
Now it's a commercial. We get the present from Dr. Dostaliśmy prezent od doktora Danga.
And both of you guys worked in Ireland.
Yes.
So you're used to that.
We have to drink.
You've practiced.
Yeah. We have to drink this now.
It's a great way to
Tomorrow
lower
after
your blood
the
sugar, by the way.
conference, we'll be celebrating.
The pathway is the same. So you can lower your blood sugar with a couple of shots a day.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is the medicine. So
No, but where are we? What country is this?
Poland.
Where's the vodka?
Where's vodka? Good question. Come on, guys.
But I turned on the tap in the hotel, there was vodka coming out.
No, it's not the
That's where it should be. Yes.
Russia is just next
Russia's just next door. But
Yeah.
Poland's not afraid of vodka.
No. Because we know that it's keto.
Yeah, it is keto. It's exactly right.
Yeah.
It's made of potatoes, but we've taken all the carbs out.
Yeah. Think.
Yeah. But that's, if you think about it, vodka is made from potatoes And the same thing, that fermentation process is happening in your gut. Not so good for you. If you think about it, that's what sugar does in the human intestine.
Yeah.
Ferments, it causes damage. And you don't get drunk, which is the downside of it.
Yeah. The same with plants. The cows
Well, the
doing
plants,
it for
yeah,
us.
yeah. But the plants, the cows have the bacteria to ferment it. As human beings, we don't have that. The only place in the human, and you guys are doctors, the only place in our anatomy where we can still ferment food is the appendix. And mine's in a bucket
Yeah.
somewhere. I've got,
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
so I don't have it.
Yeah, I
And
have
you know what?
some.
I'm perfectly fine. So
Yeah.
we don't need fiber, we don't need plants to survive. They're fun, they're enjoyable to eat, but we don't have to.
No to uwaga, no to ten live jest przełomowy dla wielu osób, bo właśnie dr Sajs powiedział, że nie potrzebujemy błonnika. Jak nie potrzebujemy tego błonnika, który
He's a
tam jest
crazy guy.
dosypywany do tych płatków śniadaniowych, żeby przeżyć. Oczywiście możemy go jeść, ale on nie jest niezbędnym makroskładnikiem, w ogóle nie jest makroskładnikiem.
Powiedział też,
do
że nie ma,
przeżycia.
powiedział też, że nie ma wyrostka robaczkowego, może też czegoś innego nie ma, że takie rzeczy mówi, ale tak naprawdę to na poważnie. Rzeczywiście błonnik to jest chyba kolejny mit, który trzeba obalić, że nie jest taki niezbędny, a szczególnie nie w postaci pełnoziarnistych produktów, które trzeba wsuwać 6 razy dziennie.
Tutaj mamy przygotowane wstępy, które będziemy mówić. Myślę, że wstęp zmienimy wstęp doktora Sajsa. Troszeczkę inny. We will have a different
Introduction. No, that's fine. No,
after
for me-
this conversation.
So here's an interesting little story. In
Yeah.
Poland,
All
you
right.
know the story of the three pigs?
Yes.
Okay, the three pigs. So the first little pig built his house of straw, plants. The second pig built his house of twigs and of sticks, also plants. And the third pig built his house of bricks and mortar. And the twigs and the straw got blown away. That's dementia, that's a rotten body. Fat and protein is bricks and mortar. That's what our brain is made of, fat and protein. This is made of fat, well, too much fat, but fat and protein. And that's the healthiest way to build a solid house. It's the house I live in.
Czyli w skrócie, najlepiej zbudować dom z białka i z tłuszczu. I o tym będzie ta cała konferencja. Oprócz tego, że można pięknie żyć. No i będą też niespodzianki, bo będzie premiera naszej płyty. Our rap song will be here.
Oh my goodness, that song was
Yeah,
good. That was so funny. Yeah. And it's your life story.
Yeah.
It's a life story, which is so cool. You can understand. It comes from the heart. It's beautiful.
And this is our story, like part 2. It will be tomorrow. And the rap song will be tomorrow, a będzie już premiera taka cała w teledysku.
Will be tomorrow, just before dinner break. You will see all the clip.
Jeżeli poczuliście klimacik, to kliknijcie tam linka i zapraszamy was na żywo, bo tu nie wiadomo, co się w ogóle wydarzy jutro.
A zaraz ja was zejdziemy na dół, zobaczycie jak wygląda przygotowanie do rejestracji. Będziemy was, tam na dole będziemy...
Jasia
zatańczy. No mów. Na dole będziemy was
If I
przywitać
dance,
już.
the earth will open up and swallow me.
That's why Jasia,
Yes, it
she's a
does.
star.
Yeah, she's done.
Zaraz pójdziemy na dół, zobaczycie jak się szykujemy. Do przyjęcia was będziemy z otwartymi ramionami was witać tam i po prostu wyłapywać imię i nazwisko.
I słuchaweczka do tłumaczenia.
Tak jest. Idziemy? We go down. We will show how we are getting ready for the people downstairs.
Polish cow. Polish cow.
Polish cow.
Cow.
We have a cows.
No, Polish cow is what we're eating tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Steak, beef. Well, somewhere beef. Yeah. Polish cow is what we're eating tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To ja idę.
Big 500 grams.
But isn't it? Just steak.
So
You'll eat most of it.
you can really.
Yeah, you'll eat steak.
You go with me or you can stay. I
Oh, no,
I
let's
will
go
be back.
downstairs.
I will,
You go downstairs? You want to leave that there.
Idziemy na dół. Co tam?
Z Łukaszem chciałem sobie fotkę.
Dobra, idziemy na dół. Siedź. Tu będziemy pić kawkę. Kawka dzisiaj tu będzie się lała.
Tu jest
Z
kawka.
strumieniami, słuchajcie. Kable już się noszą. Same się nie noszą, no bo tutaj idziemy dalej. Chodźcie. Tu może być mamy cienki zasięg. No i jesteśmy tutaj. O, panie Piotrze! Witam serdecznie. To jest pan Piotr. Wiadomo, pan Piotr tutaj wszystko psuje. Jesteśmy na żywo. Pan Piotr przyjechał zepsuć, także pana Piotra znacie. Poznacie jeszcze lepiej. Łukasz jest na górze tam, także panie Piotrze. Fajnie, że pan przyszedł. bo było fajnie. O, patrz, tutaj dziewczyny się uwijają. Mateusz.
Cezary Gabo.
Cześć.
33 kilo.
A, fajnie, fajnie. No to mi się podoba.
Ja szukałem was, żeby sobie zdjęcie zrobić.
No i super.
Cię nie dorwę, bo
No i dobra, no i to o to chować się chodzi. Co przyjałeś?
Radomsko.
Radomsko.
Dobra, tym największym samochodem tu białym.
Dobra,
Rozumiem, nie widzę, ale...
Wiesz jakie numery zrobiłem? No na jutro na wesela ja.
No to nieźle, to mi się podoba, ale fajnie, fajnie. No to będzie nie, ja widzę, że...
Trochę tak mący, przynajmniej.
Słuchaj, właśnie to, tutaj wiesz, jak coś to tam zmotywuj do pracy.
Tak, nie no, to zabijają.
Chociaż tutaj wiedzą co robić. Chodź, na żywo idziemy, słuchajcie. O, patrzcie, tutaj szykujemy dla was tutaj koszul. O, jakie ładne torebeczki,
To nasze
smyczki, tutaj nasze koszuleczki. Mogę otworzyć jedną?
To są nasze torebeczki.
Koszuleczki. Ale fajne koszuleczki. Słuchajcie. Fajne koszuleczki, można pięknie żyć. A co, to zaraz normalnie wskoczę w jakąś taką koszuleczkę. O, wyseczka.
Jakbyś tu wskoczył, to byś zrobił dopiero.
Ale klimacik. Pan Piotr przemknął, niepostrzeżenie. Myślał, że go nie zobaczymy.
Pan Piotr
Został złapany.
przemknął.
Jak ten taki karamba, nie? Jak on się nazywał, ten taki czarny? Napiszcie w komentarzu. Ten karamba, taki co się
Było
taki-
bajki.
To było...
Kucharz tam był, ten taki.
Kucharz był.
Smok.
Było... Jaka była ta bajka, że był karamba i tak dalej?
Kucharz, smok.
Karamba.
Zielona pietruszka, tak?
Zielona pietruszka.
Baltazar Gąbka.
A to była bajka Baltazar Gąbka?
Była.
A, no to Baltazar Gąbka. Karamba. Ale to zaczyna kolorowo
15.
wyglądać z tymi smyczkami, tak? Poważna sprawa.
15
Wow. O, słuchajcie, jak oceniacie? Nasze wykładowe? To nasze,
Tak.
no. Fajnie. Dobra, relacyjkę zrobię. Nagrywaj, sąsiad, nagrywaj.
14, 15, dobra.
Fajnie, fajnie. Bardzo fajnie. No to się, słuchajcie, dzieje. Nie stresuj się, wszystko jest załatwione, człowieku. Właśnie, jak dobre dziewczyny szykują jutro zestawy rozdawamy. Zabijają. Po co tu jest?
Ania, mamy odpowiednie miejsce. Tak. Okej, to zostaje, to zaraz się spakuje. Do tego idzie. Mamy herbatka.
Dzisiaj muszę z wami zdjęcie, bo dzisiaj was nie
No, można.
Proszę, niech zaraz zrobi.
Dawaj selfiaszka.
Gość honorowy.
W środku.
I będzie miał
Mateuszek, Łukasz, bo zawsze was niech na pięknie żyje.
No, trzeba.
Kurczę, normalnie, dzięki.
A jak na nas padłeś?
bo będzie miał
Patrzyłem, wszystko patrzyłem.
Piękne czasy.
Tyle tabletek miałem. Teraz muszę spotkać i powiedzieć 120 na 80.
No dobrze, w takim świecie żyjemy, że trudno jest taki napój. Live. Bez syna. No klimat jest, czuć tą energię, nie? Jakby czuć tą atmosferę. Jest niesamowita. Jest niesamowita. No, fajnie. Arek, doktor Saś chciał Cię zobaczyć, bo opowiadaliśmy o Tobie. Czy jesteś gotowy na takie spotkanie?
Podanie, 2 zdjęcia.
Czy jesteś gotowy ewentualnie na rozmowę po angielsku? Kręcisz się? Dobrze. Oni tam jak już zostali?
Tak.
Zostali. Ale się zbierali jakoś tak w stronę naszą. No. Nagrywaj, bo to już, słuchajcie, patrzcie co się dzieje, jak w ogóle taką konferencję się organizuje. No my organizujemy po raz pierwszy takie duże wydarzenie i sami się uczymy, słuchajcie. Także zobaczymy, po jutrzejszym wydarzeniu zobaczymy, co wyszło, co nie wyszło, bo za rok będzie kolejna edycja i już mamy, to jest niesamowite, już mamy super mistrza keto, pioniera keto w Ameryce.
A ja jeszcze ci dodam jeszcze carnivore, czyli jeszcze tego takiego odmiany keto 100% mięsnej, czyli
Tak.
mięso i produkty zwierzęce.
Który potwierdził obecność na drugiej edycji konferencji za rok. No za rok to przecież będzie druga
To
edycja.
powiedz mi, kto to jest? Canberry. Może kojarzycie, wiadomo, że najpierw Bracia Rodzeń, a później Canberry, tak? Ale Canberry jest znany.
Będzie nam ręczniki podawał.
Nie mamy ręczników. A nie wzięliśmy ręczników, czyli coś innego znajdziemy. Spustki na przykład.
Tak jest. Tak, no to jest bardzo dobra jakoś z tym. Cały czas nagrywaj. Niech leci nawet do 24. Chyba, że ręka cię zaboli.
Nie zaboli.
To daj żonie, wiesz, zazwyczaj jak zwykle.
Nie, na razie nie. Na razie zobaczymy.
Arek.
Nie. Tak, zróbmy najpierw od złotych. Złoty ma koszulkę. Złoty właściwie ma koszulkę. I myślę, że może platynowy, bo mamy platynowy. A tu masz kartę? Tak, no to idziemy z platynowym. Dawaj tu platynowy. To tak, Redek. Co mogę teraz? Do platynowego idzie. To czekaj, to popraszam. Trzymaj myszkę. Tak, pakujemy tak. Co tu idzie? Guma. Dobra, ale co tam jest?
Na Łukasza będzie się rozbierał.
Ty też idziesz na live?
Platynka. Masz platynkę? Sprawdzę, ale tu Arek Pakorek, więc lepiej. Tak, to jest platynowa. Platynowa. Guma.
Plecy nie jest.
Troszkę spaliono. Platyny guma, tak?
Iwonka! Wspaniale. O, lekko gazowana. O, tak, Iwonkę już znacie. Lub też nie znacie. Iwonka Wierzbicka to, no jak widzicie, wodę dostarcza na konferencję,
Bo ktoś musi.
każdy ma swoją tutaj funkcję, tak? O, to ja chętnie, to dla nas, tak?
Był doktor Danger już, jest Sajfs, rozmawiasz z Sajfsem? Pytał o ciebie. Pytał, gdzie jest ta znana influencerka dietetyczna, która była na zabiegu.
angielsku, wiesz, no.
Nie? Żartujesz.
No
A w
poważnie.
internecie wydaje się, jakbyś mówiła.
Wiesz co, bo dużo rozumiem. Jak czytam, że czasami się wspomagam translatorami, ale tak to rozumiem, bo jak mam, wiesz, coś leci i ktoś mówi, no to ja czaję.
A w jakim języku mówisz w takim razie?
Asia! Kolejna prelegentka, cześć! To dziewczyny się słuchaj.
Weźcie spotkanie.
Ja tu jestem od torek. Cześć. Słuchaj. O, stoi. Nie spóźniona, patrz, to jest cała nasza ekipa.
Jagoda.
Fajnie poznać na żywo, prawda? Tak, to się zaczęło, wiesz.
Tak? Zaraz pójdziemy na pytania.
Nie ma. Ja podkład.
No widać od razu.
Nie nakładam oboje.
To co ty na wodę?
Asia, cześć Asia.
Cześć.
Jak droga?
Długa.
Długa.
Ile
jechałaś?
się prawie 9.
Ile?
No, cześć kochana, miłam cię poznać.
To ogarniaj się dzisiaj bez totalnej presji,
Tak,
spokojnie
idę
tu
się
się
ogarnąć.
kręcimy, gadamy, śmiejemy się i robimy podkłady na twarz, wiesz? Takie sytuacje. Tak.
Dobra, a sala jest?
Sala jest, słuchaj,
Pierwsze
pięterko. Pierwsze piętro. Jak zejdziesz, to...
Dobra, to mykam sobie na chwilę do pokoju.
Dobrze. Nas znajdziesz. Dobry.
Chcesz znać swój wstęp? I tak bym ci nie powiedział.
Na kolana, Arek, zdjęcie szybko, zdjęcie. Arek na kolanach, Arek na kolanach. Klęczy, klęczy.
Nawet dziś.
Kurczę, Mateusz mi
Lepiej jakby miało być więcej niż... A za dużo zacząłeś.
Czekaj jeszcze.
Zacząłeś napijać?
Poczekaj jeszcze.
Okulary miałaś?
Ciotka, gdzie one są?
Właśnie nie, tak. Dobra, ja
Nie jest najlepszy na świecie. A to jest kuzyn dwóch kuzynów najbliższych. Samo się dzieje. Pomyśl. Główka pracuje, Iwona.
Tak.
Nasz ten, no to się zasuwa. Powiedzieliśmy mu, że ma budować naszą potęgę. Tak.
Ktoś może to podkładzie było wszystko.
No? Tak,
Nie.
o to chodzi. I nie da się tego wyciąć. Wiesz, że... Rzuć tam, zadajcie jakieś pytanka, my spróbujemy na nie odpowiedzieć. Takie o naszym życiu. Ciekawe, czy trafiłem...
No na przykład, czy zdajecie sobie sprawę, że TikToki robi policjant, albo
Nie.
odpowiedzi
Tak.
robią żony.
Żony. To chodź, Arka wam przedstawię. Mateusz. O, pani... A pan Piotr robi wszystko inne. Pan Piotr, co ma tak?
Ja nie wierzę, no.
Pan Piotr ma samą agencję. No, stronę osadzić, wiesz, takie rzeczy, osadzić stronę, zrobić jakiś projekt. No pan Piotr jest mistrzem. No.
To się widać.
To już będzie tak.
No wiesz, to jest takie, przyciąga się dobrych ludzi do pan jest zajebisty na te ostatnie.
To się nie nagrało.
Super na te... Do zobaczenia, miło cię było poznać. Pogadamy. Tak. A ja sprawdzę. Też mi to.
Co tu mamy? Kawa, kofein.
Pyszna kawa.
Co jeszcze?
Herbatka.
To nie ja.
Cały dzień. Brzuszek był, ale... Ja myślę, że sam się przeciągnął. Że jeszcze jest na tym etapie, ale fajnie, że się rozwija.
Łukasz, zrobisz nam fotkę?
Oczywiście. A nie wolicie selfiaczka?
No ale tak wyszedł właśnie za ciemno, jest nie wyszedł.
Bardzo ładnie. Ja tu mam... Podzielimy się trochę warsztatem, zobaczcie. Mam tutaj wstęp na początku. Fajne jest to w Braciach Rodzeń, że to są bracia, czyli jak wiecie, forma mnoga od słowa brat, czyli jest nas więcej niż jedna osoba. Jest nas dwóch i dlatego możemy się też podzielić się możemy też działaniami. No i między innymi Mateusz jest techniczny, a ja na przykład lubię, każdy robi to, co lubi. Mateusz lubi montować filmy, Mateusz lubi umieszczać te filmy na YouTubie, Mateusz, mówię za niego, no ale i lubi na przykład, nie wiem, coś tam takiego technicznego, typu czy stream działa i tak dalej. Mnie to tak za bardzo nie interesuje, zresztą nie wchodzimy sobie w paradę, a ja na przykład lubię pisać wstępy, jakieś tam teksty i tak dalej. No i zobaczcie, przygotowałem teksty, na przykład wstęp Bracia Rodzeń, akurat wstęp nasz jest długi, ale jest też wstęp, no taki wstęp, słuchajcie, Robert Sykes na przykład. Jest też wstęp Adam Kszczot, tak? I we wstępach chodzi o to, żeby z punktu widzenia takiego psychologicznego, żeby po pierwsze przedstawić wam dany wykład, ale po drugie, żeby skłonić w tymi ostatnimi zdaniami, takim budowaniem napięcia. Myślę, że jestem w tym coraz lepszy, ale potraktuję tą konferencję też jako praktykę i robienie jeszcze większego postępu, żeby budować to napięcie do samego końca, żeby prelegent szedł z brawami. Cieszysz się, Iwona, że wejdziesz z brawami, dlatego nawet jak tam będziecie online, a jak będziecie na żywo, to prosimy bardzo o brawa, żeby dodać otuchy, bo to daje energii. Ale w domu też możecie bić brawa. Po to gdzieś tam Klaudia Pingot pewnie powie, że i tak jest, że gdzieś tam grupowa energia, to gdzieś to wszystko ma wpływ, jeżeli chodzi o fizykę kwantową i to jest fajne. To jest fajne i tą energię generalnie tutaj czuć
potężnie czuć tą fajną energię zmiany, fajną energię fajnego stylu życia. No kurczę, no mistrzostwo świata. No, cieszę się.
Piszą, że cię uwielbiają.
A żona? Aha, bo żona gdzieś po. A, dobra, jutro, dobra, wiem o co chodzi.
Goście honorowi? Tak. Goście honorowi dostaną co? Goście honorowi dostaną w torbach kapusie, w tych torbach koszuleczkę i smyczkę. Tak, więc ogarniemy sobie tylko do tych boków. Dobra, zaraz się dzwoni na jeden karton. Tak, ale można to karton.
Jak to przyjdzie, jak ma na myśli, to ja dzwonię. Jak naprawdę robi grafiki na stronie tego,
Dobra, co mam teraz robić, dziewczyny? Bierzecie torby.
No dokładnie. Mistrza Piotra, nie? Ale to jest pan Piotr jest mistrz od gaszenia pożarów, nie? Bo my generalnie działamy tak, że my działamy tak intuicyjnie, nie? Coś nam przyjdzie dzisiaj do głowy, no i oczywiście to mam jutro już działać, nie? Albo wiesz, dzień przed konferencją jest wszystko do zrobienia i pan Piotr siedzi do tej pierwszej, drugiej, trzeciej i po prostu wiesz, wysyła te linki, dobra, tak, mamy. Zamknięte. Dzisiaj przyszedł sprawdzić tylko, czy wszystko działa. Jakiś pewnie złośliwie kabel wyłączył, żebyśmy tu się wkurzali, nie?
Bo nacinałem tam.
Dokładnie, wiesz. To...
Nie może iść za dobrze, nie?
Tak.
Wiadomo.
I tak to jest. Właśnie.
300 frajów.
Plus e-booki pan składa też, no takie wiesz, fajnie tu się współpracuje, bo nie ma, wiesz, jak pewnie współpracujesz, to są takie, na zasadzie takiej sztywności. Termin taki, tam tyle, można tyle poprawek wnieść i tak dalej, a tu jest tak luźno i spontanicznie, nie?
Ja nie mogę mówić tutaj, bo to wszystko idzie live, więc
Tak.
ja nie mogę na moich programistów narzekać.
Rozumiem. W sumie w internecie broni się szczerość i autentyczność. My narzekamy na pana Piotra.
Wiadomo. Trzeba.
No, dokładnie. No i fajnie. Dobra, gdzie są schowane słodycze? Ja zaraz znajdę. Kto schował słodycze i gdzie? Ania, gdzie są schowane słodycze? A, nie ma. To było takie pytanie podchwytliwe. Nie ma, aczkolwiek wiecie, no jakby to też nie jest tak, że jak ktoś zje cukierka, to już zaraz umrze, tylko o tym dr Sykes będzie mówił, że no, uzależnienie, nie? Z potencjał węglowodany przetworzone mają do pociągania tych triggerów takich uzależnieniowych, więc no, trzeba po prostu mieć tą wiedzę, żeby ja na przykład byłem uzależniony, nie wiem czy wiesz, od M&M'sów. Od fajek, od pracy i od M&M'sów. I wiesz, to szło po prostu w samochodzie, jechałem, wiesz, dojeżdżałem zawsze do pracy, 1,5 godziny w jedną stronę i 3 paczki M&M'sów. Na Olenie się zatrzymywałem, czekoladka i tak dalej.
Po drodze gryźć. Ja
Ale potrzebowałem te takie, wiesz, no. Także słuchajcie, no uzależnienie to jest coś tego. Jak na przykład jakimś uzależnieniem od palenia fajek. Na 5. roku studiów, rozumiesz to? Żeśmy chodzili do czytelni, i tak, a to daj, wiesz, klasycznie, idziemy. Mieliśmy taką ekipę, która się non-stop uczyła. I wychodzili na przerwę na fajkę. No ja na kawkę i no dawaj tutaj zapalę, nie? No i tak pół roku, najpierw ich paliłem, później swoje 2 dziennie i później poszło. I to jest klasyka, nikotyna jest najsilniejszym, no ty to wiesz, jednym z najsilniejszych środków uzależniających. Dawka nikotyny, która jest zawarta w jednym papierosie, jest tak mocną dawką, że zabija człowieka. Tylko że w formie papierosa jest inhalowana i się wchłania w tak małej ilości, że nie robi nam żadnej krzywdy, tylko działa stymulująco na ośrodkowy układ nerwowy. Ale jakby dać dożylnie, nie macie. Jest tak silnym narkotykiem. Dr. Sykes. He's sleeping all the time. This is Ivona, the very famous Italian dietitian. Oh, fantastic! Yeah, yeah. She will have a lecture about Alzheimer's disease.
Nice. Amy Berger just talked about that. She's a dietitian as well in America, so it's good. It's starting now, so it's good.
Too much?
Did you understand or too much?
Yes, I understand, but with speaking is a little bit...
I'll speak slowly. He speaks fast.
Yeah, but Emmy Burger, but you put the book of Emmy Burger, End of Alzheimer's Disease, at the end of your lecture.
Yeah,
Yeah, you put it.
that's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, oh, you want to take it? It's the new place where we're starting to work because you can prevent it from turning around. And they're using ketones and coconut oil and MCT oil to reverse cognitive impairment. You know what cognitive impairment is? Where the brain is starting to impair. So one of the diseases that we talk about a lot, you know what polycystic ovarian syndrome is? PCOS. So if you look at women with PCOS, which is insulin resistance, they start getting cognitive impairment, the beginnings of Alzheimer's. You know how old on average? When you test them, at what age? 23. 23. There's a doctor by the name of Stephen Kinane who's done a study, and he uses ketones to treat Alzheimer's. But he looked at a group of women, and the average age with PCOS, he tested them. They all tested positive for cognitive impairment. 23 years old. But he could reverse it with a ketogenic diet and ketones and coconut oil. He could make that go. So it starts very, very young. So insulin resistance in the brain, so the brain is using sugar, not fat. And that's the problem. So it's not repairing itself. And I mean, you're going to be talking on that, but so eating more fat, less sugar, and having some and also the intermittent fasting. So if you're eating all the time, then your insulin is up all the time. But if you eat twice a day or once a day, then you've got time for glucagon to work, time for get into ketosis. So those are the two things that we do. Is it's not just not eating sugar, it's also the intermittent fasting. But it happens naturally. So that's the combination. But that's a fantastic subject. Such an important subject.
Not popular.
But it's, you know what? The subject may not be popular, but Alzheimer's is so common. And if you can connect the dots, because
Parkinson and brain fog.
Parkinson, brain fog, cognitive impairment, the other one that we'll see a lot of now from out of the Ukraine, traumatic brain injury, car accidents, war, that kind of thing, it makes a difference in all of those. And then the other big one is autism. So if you look at him, he's 95% carnivore. He basically 95% of his diet is meat and fat because of his brain, and his brain function is really, really good. But if you look at autism babies, the mother eats sugar and starch. They formula feed, and then as soon as they're giving them real food, it's cereal and chips and goldfish and soft apple juice, orange juice, sugar, no fat, no protein. And the brain develops, it can't develop properly. Alzheimer's, they can't repair the brain. With this, they can't develop the brain. And by the time you're 5 years old, that's permanent. You can't reverse it. So we're not talking about treating kids with autism, we're talking about preventing it. So before we decided to get pregnant, both of us went carnivore for him. So, right, so and you know what? So there's so many myths about diet. For example, he doesn't eat any fiber. Poop's just fine. You don't need fiber. You know that. So, is that what you do in practice now? Are you doing this with your patients, with these your clients?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, but it's very difficult in Poland.
It's difficult everywhere. But you know what's more difficult? Living with Alzheimer's. That's more difficult. Or living with a child who has autism.
All people told me I have high cholesterol, and how it's possible to eat fats.
So here's my argument for that. Okay, you know what an egg is? Okay, how much cholesterol is there in an egg? A lot of cholesterol. How much sugar is there in an egg? 0. Less than 1. Okay, so if cholesterol was bad for us, then every chicken should die of a heart attack at 3 months of age. Okay, so the argument I use is this: that God and nature, depending on whether you believe in God or nature, put cholesterol in a chicken and an egg in us for a positive purpose. God and nature doesn't make a lot of mistakes. But we humans said, oh, no, God and nature, you're wrong.
Yeah.
We have to drop the cholesterol and increase the sugar. So we humans have decided that God and nature is wrong. That's not true. That's where we made a mistake. Cholesterol is necessary to transport fat around our body. So if I want to use this for energy, how am I going to transport it? In LDL. And if I'm in ketosis and I'm burning fat, my LDL has to be high. But the thing that damages your blood vessels is not fat, it's sugar. So if your sugar is low and your fat is high, now I'm delivering fat from my fat cells to my body. If my LDL is low, then I'm turning sugar into fat in my liver, and I'm transporting that sugar in VLDL to my fat cells. That's a bad way to go. So the blood vessel inflammation comes from sugar, and so if I punch a hole in the wall, that's sugar. You come along and you put plaster on, that's LDL. But if I don't punch the hole, you don't need fat on the wall. So it's completely upside down. And we want to explain. And I'll tell you, I did a video on this before. The whole statin LDL thing, that's fraud. It's the drug companies that are trying to sell that concept. And the evidence, the data does not support that. So I've just published a lot of work on that myself, or put it on my YouTube channel. So it's a very easy argument. Okay? The final argument is this. If you don't eat a lot of fat, how can it be something you're not eating is clogging up your blood vessels? Because people come to you, they've already got heart disease because they didn't eat a lot of fat. They're eating a lot of carbohydrates. So how is something I'm not eating causing so much damage? It doesn't make sense. Okay, so, and when we eat a lot of fat, our blood vessels are fine, they're pristine. So there's a lot of logic and science that is against the high cholesterol. We need cholesterol.
Yes.
We need
for
cholesterol.
Our brain,
for our brain,
cells.
but for every cell in the body. The membrane of the cell, the brain cell, 20% of all the cholesterol in the body is in the brain. And my brain's very small. So it's a lot of cholesterol. It's necessary. And if you block that, it makes things worse. So it's illogical. But again, let the people try. So me personally, I've lost 46 kilos. My blood work is beautiful. My LDL cholesterol is high. So you're telling me all the stuff I've done is really bad, all the improvements are bad because of one number that's high? That number, I'm very proud of that number. Very proud of it. It's my bad. So don't tell me that's wrong. Okay? And absolutely no statin. If you're worried about your heart at all, the best medication, if you want to, is take a baby aspirin. What is aspirin? It's not acetaminophen. Aspirin, yeah, aspirin. You know what aspirin is, right? Yeah. But stay away from the statins. So anyway, it's just, the arguments are very, very easy. Because people come with high cholesterol. But that's because the liver is turning sugar into fat. I'll talk a little bit about that tomorrow. Because what you're doing is so important. And there's so few people doing it. So all they're hearing about is calories and more exercise and calories and balance.
Calories, no meat, no fat, no. 0 calories.
Yeah, and then the other part also that we work with a lot is by the time you have type 2 diabetes or obesity, your relationship with sugar is broken. You can't control it. But every dietitian says you can have a little bit but not a lot.
Yeah.
That's like telling an alcoholic you can have 1 beer a day. It doesn't work. This is addiction management. Get rid of it and replace it with a beautiful life. This is what this conference is about. So yeah, that's the right thing to do. But your teaching is opposite to that. You're taught, so you have to go against that. And what I tell people is this: do the experiment. Take 90 days, do the experiment and see what happens. And because by 90 days, they're going to feel better. They're going to lose some weight, they're going to feel better, their diabetes is better. That's what it's about. And if it fails, then I was wrong.
Sytuacja wygląda tak. Jak ty masz na imię? Wojtek sołtys, możemy powiedzieć. Wojtek jest sołtysem, ale najważniejsza informacja jest taka, że po usłyszeniu rozpoznania cukrzycy typu 2, stłuszczenie wątroby, po ostrym zapaleniu trzustki i z insulinoopornością, oczywiście, bo cukrzyca 2 typu to jest insulinooporność, dziadek powiedział ci,
pan, który od mojej mamy kupuje jajka.
Kupuje jajka, powiedział, słuchaj braci Rodzeń, oni cię naprostują. No i tak naprostowali, że schudł 36 kg, wycofał wszystko co miał, pokazał badania, w USG nie ma śladu po stłuszczeniu. Jakieś pytania? Chcielibyśmy dać koszulkę panu sołtysowi na pamiątkę. Koszulka możemy rozpakować? Tak. Dobra.
Można pięknie
Czysta
żyć.
konferencja. To jest to.
Tych koszulek nie ma w kupnie. Pokaż tył.
Zarąbiste.
Ja chyba w tej wystąpię, coś mi się wydaje.
No.
Fajne. No, to gratulujemy tobie, bo to twoje życie. O to chodzi.
Wszystko dzięki braciom Rodzeń.
Można tak, słuchaj, jak to było? No, jutro będziemy śpiewać zresztą.
Kiedy tniemy węgle.
Kiedy tniemy węgle, dokładnie. Tak.
Może się uda.
Taki sekret, nie toniemy węgle, znikają choroby, kiedy tniemy węgle. Wedle tego żyj, nie że same wedle, znikają choroby, kiedy tniemy węgle. Tak, te sprawy.
To byśmy coś...
Nagrywaj, bo to jest dużo ciekawych informacji.
Insulin resistance doesn't happen if you eat it. But if you can't control it, that's the problem. Well, insulin resistance happens when your fasting insulin goes high. So even when you're not eating, insulin should go up and come down. But if it stays high, that's insulin resistance. And the human body should cycle. And it doesn't. And then it's incoming all the time. It's not coming and going out. That's insulin resistance. And that's what the damage is. I'll be talking about that tomorrow. Whereas when you eat fat, that doesn't happen. Fat goes straight to the fat cell. That's true. And in between I love what you do. It's so I to się ogarnie. And there's also too much evidence. So if anybody says to you, no, you're wrong, okay, you bring your evidence, I'll bring my evidence. It's a simple thing like that. They have no evidence. And you just believe it. You know? So there's so many things that we do that have no foundation, or the foundation is wrong. But one of the big things now that we're talking about, how much water should you drink? Nobody knows how much water to drink. You don't have to drink 64 ounces of water. Drink when you're thirsty. Your body will be fine. How much salt should you drink? All of those things, the dietitians tell you the opposite. But if you're not eating sugar, you need to eat a lot of salt.
It's just break, come on, photos.
Okay, sorry.
He wants a photo with you.
Hello. Here we go.
Wy też zrobię zdjęcia.
Of course.
No, zapomniałam o tym.
A zrobię ci tak specjalnie z flashem, żeby to wyglądało, że to jest takie coś naprawdę. A to sobie. Dobra.
Pionowo?
Zrobimy z flashem, żeby myśleli, że są naprawdę ważni. Znaczy są, fajnie.
Mega dzięki.
Ring, ding, ding. Czujesz się jak gwiazda? Świetnie.
But you gotta take a video.
We take it all the time.
Okay.
No, it's live all the time.
Because I can tell you, this is the way dietitians are going to go. They can't not go that way. Because everything else they're doing is not fixing the problem.
Yeah.
So if you see, at what stage, when you keep bashing your head against the wall, at what stage do you realize that the wall isn't going to change, I've got to change. Yeah. And she realized that already.
Of course. Unfortunately, this is one of not many.
But it's going to come.
Yeah,
it's going to come. It has to come.
It's only time.
It has to come. And you know, the beautiful thing about social media is more and more people can say, this is my story. I had to fire my doctor, I had to fire my dietitian in order to do this by myself. And then I got help from you guys, I got help from you. That's what you want to say. It's so sad. You know, my diabetics, my type 1 diabetics, they have this line to say. The natural enemy of a type 1 diabetic is their endocrinologist. Because the endocrinologist makes them eat sugar and then take insulin. So that means inject some heroin, and when you start feeling a little short of breath, inject some Narcan. That's a stupid way to treat it. If you don't use heroin, it doesn't matter. Same principle. Anyway, they've got to translate that. There's so many sayings. Yeah, let me get out of that way. But that's fantastic. She's good.
Nie widać tego.
And especially if you start working in the neurodegenerative side, that's important because almost everybody is going to have some form of cognitive impairment. And it's not necessary. We used to think it was natural. As we get older, not true. Not true.
Cheers.
There you go.
All right.
Będzie post.
Sam się robi.
Good.
I can feel this energy.
That's what we're going to talk about what happens when you eat sugar tomorrow, because it's not as simple as everybody that eats sugar gets fat. Some people can't turn sugar into fat, so they get diabetes. Some people develop obesity. So you can look like you and have diabetes, and that's called tofu. In English, it's thin on the outside, fat on the inside, because their biology is insulin resistance. But nobody would guess that because they don't look big. So it's that's why the blood work, and I think that's something that probably can get better in Poland, is for doctors to start testing patients' blood work, guessing, oh no, he looks fine. That's not true. It's not always true. So you need the blood work to see what your insulin resistance is.
Young and healthy, you don't need this blood test.
But if you do Homo IR, the right time to fix the problem is when they're young. Not after they have diabetes, after they have a heart attack or a stroke. The time to fix it is in your 20s, teens. So that you change the eating pattern and you start to see the beginning of the disease. You don't fix it afterwards. So, you don't tell someone to quit smoking after they've got lung cancer. You try to get them to quit smoking early. Same thing here. The earlier you can fix this, the better. That's why our baby is being raised that way. Because I want to prevent that. So that's what he does. And up there, it's like a tsunami of carbohydrates. You can't go anywhere without this. So, do you have vegetarian patients?
No, because I told them I don't treat
Why not?
because it's difficult to me. I prefer meats.
Right, and that's fine. But if you can take a vegetarian patient, you've got two types of vegetarian patients. You've got white vegetarian patients who eat the rice, the potatoes, the pasta, and then you've got the green vegetarians who eat the vegetables. And if you can shift the white vegetarians to green vegetarians, and then maybe introduce some eggs or fish or dairy.
So, sorry guys, I'm ordering food. Steak or steak.
Yes.
Here.
What
Which
is
one?
the other? Steak or?
I'm taking ribs because they have very good.
Yeah,
this one. But
No, I'll go with steak.
okay, so steak.
Yeah. What is that?
Oh no, I will go to steak. Maybe this one.
So, yeah,
It's
ribeye.
bigger one.
Yeah, the ribeye is good. Yeah, not so much big, I want the fat. So the ribeye's got ribeye to it. Yeah. And he'll eat mine.
Będziemy wszyscy tam siedzieć jeść, tak?
No tak, tutaj patrz, mamy stolik. Spotkamy się, zamawiam po prostu.
To ja bym chciała w takim razie tatara
Dobra,
i jakieś warzywa takie do tego, ale ja nie wiem.
dobra.
Warzywa.
To jakieś warzywa do tego.
Takie warzywa, takie
Rafał,
na ciepło.
stek?
Yes.
Stek. Łukasz, ty steka?
Steka, no.
Ale którego?
Rybaja.
Ty bierzesz jakiego?
One ribeye, two ribeye.
Yes, 3 ribeyes. 4.
Ribeye? No problem.
And he'll eat ours.
Powiesz te blue te swoje.
To ja też chcę ribaja, ale takiego blue, taki prawie surowy.
Medium.
Chcę poczuć krew.
Medium też czuć krew.
And nothing else. Just
Yes.
steak.
Yes.
Steak and salt.
Yes.
Gracie co
And
zjeść
pepper.
mojego. To jest
And
taka-
pepper. Yeah, pepper's good. Steak and salt. That's,
Nie zamawiamy bułek i makaronu, także steka można się
Wy coś jecie, bo zamawiamy steki. Steka. Steka? Steka? Tak, tak.
My się nie wyrobią z tymi stykami. Ja nie wiem, czy oni mają taką ilość.
Byłem tutaj na tym, ale 160 zł za steka zapłaciłem, za taki malutki kawałek.
I don't don't know if they have so many steaks here.
They just take the cow and put it on the plate.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. They like it. Do you do children or adolescents? That's also, it's difficult. The psychology is very, very difficult. For obesity or for what? Do you treat anorexia?
No, anorexia.
No? Because the ketogenic diet is the best treatment for anorexia. Yeah, because they don't get fat. The anorexia patients are petrified of gaining weight. And all you have to do is show them some pictures of carnivores. They're all skinny people. So you say, okay, if you eat this, you're not going to gain the weight. You can eat a steak and not gain any weight. Or you can eat a steak and lose weight. So it becomes psychologically a good thing, and it's the healthiest food they can eat. So we're starting. I've got a psychiatrist or a psychologist that works with me, and we treat some of those kids with anorexia and bulimia. And the ketogenic diet is ideal for them because they don't get. I mean, the ketogenic diet, you lose weight. So you tell them you're going to lose weight. They're already this big, but they don't gain weight. And psychologically, it gives them a powerful thing to do. Because they don't feel hungry. They already don't feel hungry.
Yes.
But if you start introducing some meat and some protein, you repair their health without gaining weight. But it's logical. It makes sense of those patients. So don't be afraid of treating those people, because they won't eat other food. They won't eat what dietitians want them to eat. Because what is 12 calories? No, mistake. And you won't get fat. Plus, you don't have the potassium overload. You don't have the other refeeding syndrome. So every aspect, every dietary part where people come to that, even the athletes, every one of them can follow this up. Let me show you something. This is my friend Ken Berry. You see?
Yes.
It's called the proper human diet. It's the diet for humans.
This is great knowledge, yes.
It's just, it's what we do every day, and you can talk about it.
When you have athletes that for marathon, triathlon,
So I've
it's
got.
possible without carbohydrates?
You don't use carbohydrates for the first 45 minutes of training. After that, you do eat some carbohydrates only when you're training. So, for example, one of my patients is a guy by the name of Zach Bitter. He holds the world 100-mile record. He runs 100 miles. Okay, I don't know how many kilometers that is, but it's far. And he is a carnivore. He's this big, but he eats carbohydrates when he's running, because you need a little bit of sugar when you're training. But for the most part, you don't. Now,
What he eats?
So he'll do. No, he's got his own little juice, but it's he tries to stay away from fructose. So it's mostly glucose and galactose, because fructose is a problem with insulin and it blocks fat mobilization. So he does some dairy. He'll do some bananas and that kind of thing, honey, which has got some fructose in it, which is a problem. But then he's also got his own concoction of sugar with fat. And if you're eating fat with it, you stay in ketosis. So there's something that these athletes use called a keto brick, which has got some sugar in it and a lot of fat and some protein. So they're keeping the gluconeogenesis, they're keeping the ketosis going while they're adding sugar to their alcohol. But you know what's interesting about athletes, and we're just starting to learn this now, what causes an athlete to fail? What issue, when an athlete is running, what causes them to get tired and stop being able to run? Do you know? What has to happen? So the thinking used to be that the muscles run out of glycogen, but that's not true. It's the brain that starts to see a slight decrease in sugar. And if the brain glucose goes down, the brain starts shutting down because the brain needs sugar. So it starts shutting down muscle function. So when these athletes are fat adapted and they're running in ketosis, then the brain can tolerate a decrease in sugar because there's enough fat going. Does that make sense? So if they're adding fat and sugar to their diet while they're running, they've got plenty of energy. And I've got some guys who are bodybuilders, the big strength guys. And you're like this. One guy, Robert Sykes, I was just with him last week. He's a professional bodybuilder. He eats between 200 and 300 grams of fat every day.
To jest pytanie dla Was. Jak myślicie, po co to jest na konferencję, czystą konferencję? Po co to jest? Napiszcie w komentarzu, do czego będzie to mięso służyć. Zresztą jak będziecie na konferencji online, to zobaczycie. Zapraszamy dzisiaj do 24 jeszcze można się zapisać. Chodźcie. To jest to. Plus. Będzie unboxing. I jak myślicie, po co to będzie? Po co będzie fartuch lekarski? Po co będzie fartuch lekarski na konferencję? Na pewno ja nie będę go nosił, bo ja takich rzeczy nie noszę, ale ktoś z prelegentów będzie nosił ten fartuch. Prosił, żebyśmy zakupili. Nie wiem po co. Jak? Tak się kiedyś chodziło do pracy, teraz już się tak nie chodzi do pracy, bo nie straszymy pacjentów białymi kitlami, najczęściej brudnymi tutaj na rękawach i różnymi wydzielinami. Także to takie rzeczy już się nie dzieją. Jak tam są odpowiedzi? Jakie? Tak?
Świnka, kawka, świnka, krówka, zdrowe jedzenie.
Tak. O, Asia! Nie.
A jak ja bym chciała...
Ogarnięte? Już zaczynasz wypoczywać?
Tak, nie.
Steka jednego jeszcze? Bo zamówiliśmy właśnie steki.
Chętnie.
Steka.
No.
Dobra, to polędwicę z wołową idę domówić jeszcze jedną.
Ale czy chętnie, dobra.
No nie.
Nawet już nie wiem, jak chciałam.
To są taki miły. Jak?
Jak tam?
Cześć wszystkim. Na live lecimy czy nie? Chodźcie jutro, zapraszamy, naprawdę będzie super. Patrzcie, kto przyjechał, ja nawet naprawdę nie wierzę, że on tu jest. Po prostu. Dr. Sykes, you are here.
And you speak English? Good. Oh, good to meet you as well.
She knows how to breathe.
I just love you for what you say on my stand. And
These guys are the stars.
yeah,
We know.
You know.
Yes.
we are.
Sorry.
Oh no, those aren't stars. Those
Yeah, this is
people. Yeah, people.
Okay.
No, these are stars. Yes.
I've been watching it for years now, way before Brothers.
Yeah.
And years ago, I so wanted to have a consultation with him. But there was like a currency problem, things like that, and I gave up. And now you are here just next to me, my God.
We'll talk. So, how much weight have you lost? Are you losing weight?
I'm still losing. I'm on the way.
Me too. Good. And you know, it's a life journey.
Yes.
It stops 10 minutes after you die. So it's just part of it.
It's
Becomes
a
part
long
of your life.
process and so complicated, emotions.
That's the problem's always up there.
And that's why I love you, because you're saying about addiction so much. And
I appreciate it. That's what
Thank
it's
you for
about.
what
You're looking fabulous.
you
And the English is good. The English is good. So you don't need a consultation. You can just watch some of that. Okay. Yeah, it makes a difference.
Yeah, that helped.
But it's very, that helped. There goes the accent. No, this is, we're just starting to understand this. More and more, the conferences on healing addiction, we've been doing it for 20 years, but they're starting to, we understand it. And more they're starting to talk about addiction and substance abuse. Because it's not part of it's our relationship with it. It's that relationship. And that's what we're changing. So it's difficult, but it is doable. It's worth it, yeah. But you know what? It's a choice. I can choose to be traumatized anytime I want to. I choose not to. And that's what we've got to help people to do, is to understand that it's their choice. They don't have to do this. They have to do that.
Not easy one, but
It's not easy. But you know what? You know what's harder? Living with a heart attack or stroke or Alzheimer's. And once that happens, you can't say, oh, I wish. It's too late. So the problem here is you have to prevent the problem. Once you've had it, it's too late.
and then you think, oh, I'm stupid.
You can't unwind that. You can't take that back. The time to do it, the younger you are, out there, the carbohydrates are everywhere. It's
Even now, sausage. Meat, sugar, meatballs.
They're adding sugar to it. I like that. That's a good word. Sure. That's what it is. I call it crystal meth. No, it is what it is. And you know what? If you think of it that way, then you're arrogant about it. That's disgusting. If you, oh, I'm not allowed to have that. It's just a question of time. But that's disgusting. How can anyone do that? Then you're arrogant about it. How much have you gone to the conference?
Almost there. Almost.
That's how we are. And it wasn't not by choice, but it kind of happens. We just prefer eating meat. And if I'm in a restaurant where there's a meat and vegetables, we don't think of it. And it's just so much easier.
Well, I eat a little bit, especially now, but only because I have them in my garden.
Oh, okay, but stop a second. If you're growing your vegetables yourself, then it's fine to eat them because that's part of the effort-based emotional management system. So if you're taking care of them, if you're growing them, they're your babies. No problem. That's part because you're proud of them. Vegetables are fun, but under those circumstances. But you don't have to. But if you're growing them, that's beautiful. And more people, particularly in the US, are doing what we call regenerative farming, where they're growing their own stuff. They maybe, if they've got a small piece of land, they have some chickens and eggs. And so more and more they're getting into that. And it's a very, very good thing to do. So if you're growing your own,
Yeah, the taste is
the taste is different. Yeah. Plus, you can choose how you do it. It's yours. It's your choice. It's lovely.
What do you like?
We've been kind of traveling. We're in Amsterdam and in France. I've been in talks everywhere. So we arrived last night. We came to the crowd last night. So we're here today, tomorrow, and we leave Sunday morning. I've got to go and speak in England in Oxford next week. So, yeah. So it's a little European tour. Yeah, it's nice. We just did a US tour. We did a bunch of spots in the US. So it's nice. Yeah. Oh, it's fun. What do you do for a living?
Well, I'm a singing teacher.
Oh, nice.
I do a lot of voice rehabilitation, modules, and breathing.
Okay, nice. My wife is a speech pathologist. Well, she was a speech pathologist, so she's working for a big company now, but she does a lot of the voice stuff. There's a lot of it. Fantastic.
I also teach people how to breathe.
Nice. Oh. And that's, again, all of those little things, it kind of falls into the meditation part, it's all part of something. And that's fantastic. You sing? You rap? Oh, you're going to have to tomorrow. You'll have to learn a rap song tomorrow.
Yeah, I've heard that.
You heard that song? No, you got to get in there.
No,
If they can do it, you
not
can
yet.
do it. Yeah. No, that's right.
Mój.
Co mam w ręce?
XX.
Ale zobacz, mam policzkę tam sobie. Teraz nie.
No XL.
Mam 4 z pacjentami, niemniej to się ciągnie przez kolejne dni.
Daj sobie kogoś innego, no nie masz kogo kręcić.
No, także tak, wielopozytowo.
Nie, ja to wiem.
Mamy super polóweczki.
Jak przygotowanie?
Idą świetnie. Myślę, że mamy wszystko pod kontrolą.
Zobaczcie to.
I pamiętajcie, że czekamy na Was już od godziny
Organizacyjnie.
9. Tak, będziemy tutaj, jesteśmy tak, tu są drzwi wejściowe
I po wejściu
i centralnie jak wejdziecie, my jesteśmy tu. Ja, Jagoda, zapraszam do mnie honorowych gości, patronów srebrnych, złotych i platynowych. Natomiast Kasia i Ania bardzo serdecznie przyjmą srebrnych patronów. Tak, jesteśmy tu, szukajcie nas, atakujcie. No jesteśmy do Waszej dyspozycji. Od 9. No.
Again, you don't need drugs to make you feel better. Same thing you don't realize is how infectious your personality is in that way. So you still need it. No, yes you.
Really?
You've got two personalities. You've got the private personality, it's a little bit shy, and then you've got the stage personality, which is
Right.
this one can grow. In other words, there's a lot you should be proud of. Because you've got a lot to give. Does that make sense? Okay? And that's the self-confidence. And that then nobody can take that away from you. But that's what we have to do all the time. Don't ever be ashamed. Don't ever be shy of it. Because I used to be this little guy like, I didn't want to talk to anybody, just quietly do what I did. Look at the two boys. They're out there all the time. And sometimes, you do something great, and sometimes you do something stupid. It doesn't matter. Now I'm looking forward to it. It's good. I learn, as I said, we learn all the time. And then I borrow things from people and we put them out there. So that breathing is going to be good. So I can incorporate that. Whether it's yoga, whether it's breathing, all of that that's the space.
Well, it's more about reducing your breath to breathe less. Because we've been taught to breathe more and deeper and and that's not true. That's making your body even more sick.
Well, more sick, but it's also depriving your brain of a moment of realization. And the brain needs to relax all the time. It needs that oxygen. Deeper breathing. Deeper, slower breathing gives your brain better oxygen, clears out the carbon monoxide, it gives you clarity, lifts up that thought. So there are enormous
It depends what we understand by deeper. And that's a tricky one because in England, in Ireland, in probably, as I can see, in the US, deeper means deeper in the body.
More, right.
So diaphragm and things like that. Now in Poland, deeper means more.
But more frequent?
More air to breathe.
So bigger
And
volume.
that's so confusing.
So when you say more, do you mean more volume or more frequency?
No, less volume.
Less volume.
Air, deep, breathe less.
So slowing down and breathing slowly.
Yes.
But that's still giving yourself a chance to exchange, because basically what you're doing is exchanging things into the bloodstream to get rid of it and bringing it in. So it gives you a longer exchange time.
Yeah, but to do that, we need, how to say it? Got the English word for CO2.
CO2, right,
Okay,
right. Yeah.
To do that, what you're saying, we need more CO2 in our body.
So
if you breathe more and more, and
so you elevate the CO2 rate.
You lose.
Yeah. So to trap CO2 in the bloodstream for a long time. But so your rate of exchange is getting rid of it's blowing off CO2. And when you get anxious and hyperventilate, you blow the CO2 down. Whereas if you keep the CO2 in, it relaxes you.
Exactly.
That's the breathing of the bronchitis band.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. again, I look for logic in everything we do. So yeah, if you're stressed out, if you're anxious, you calm it down, you raise your CO2 levels, it relaxes you. It has to have relevance.
And then there's so many things going on in the body, like
You know that this is going to be a video on my channel at some stage.
oh my
I promise
god,
you.
yes, do that,
It
do that,
resonates.
please.
It resonates
Stop
with you.
breathing.
Because what do we do when we get anxious or upset? We speed up.
Yes.
And really what we want to do is to step back and slow down. Okay, we'll do that. Because it really is, it's such a simple thing to do. You got to think about it.
And your heart rate going lower, blood pressure going lower, your depression is
And the mental focus. That is huge. That is big. Again, this is what I came to these meetings with. It's not just to talk to people, but it's to learn. And that is because my focus is on that, what we call an effort-based emotional management system. And that is a quintessential, easy to understand thing. And we use it already. Everybody knows. You just got to train them to do it. That's the way behavior. That's you.
I know. It changed my life because I was struggling with no energy whatsoever. I was so tired in the morning that I couldn't even open my eyes. And they've been saying it's thyroid issues and things like that. And it's not like
Sugar and breathing. Get rid of the sugar, you do the breathing. And especially if you're going to sing, you want to be able to hold a certain note for a time period.
yeah, but then unfortunately they teach us
Take the
singers
deep breath.
through the mouth, and we're all it's
But if you
getting
even
worse.
if you've got that slightly hyperinflated lungs, if you hold that for a long period of time, your CO2 has to be building up. Because that exchange is happening
Because
inside.
when we sing, we breathe in through the mouth and breathe out through the mouth. We take quick breath.
But if
and
you've got a long note, if you've got a long, slow note,
sometimes,
it must be
sometimes
CO2.
you don't.
Yeah, if you're rapping like these guys, you're blowing off all your CO2.
Yeah. But then this, how do you say, when you get used to something,
You're conditioned.
you get used to breathing like that.
Yeah.
It's your habit. It's your habit.
Right.
So most singers have habit of breathing through the mouth and breathe out through the mouth through the day.
Right. Oh, so it's not just when they sing.
No,
it
no,
becomes-
because it's
Yeah.
the habit stays.
Okay, but you can decondition that. You can change
Yes, that's what I'm going to do with singers.
Take your breath.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I know that. I've got to think about this some more. I'm going to listen to your talk, and then I'll definitely be talking about it. Good. I'm excited. That's what we come to these things for, to learn.
Yes.
Yep.
Everybody there.
Jezu, to myślę, czytałem ostatnio artykuł. Czy wody tobie dać jakoś nalać do szklaneczki? To już idę. My wszyscy pijemy z jednej butelki, jeżeli chcesz to...
Nie będę poruszać kobiet. Znaczy, ja nie mam od tego w organizmie. Poziom
Kawę?
jest dieta bezpieczna, czyli on nie widzi zależności, to jest 0,6.
Co mu zrobiłeś?
Kawę mu zrobić? Nie będę nalegał.
Bezpieczne. Już mają 100%. Jak to
Proszę bardzo. Słuchajcie, to ja mówię. Konferencja jutro zaczyna się o godzinie 9:00. Hotel Merkury Wrocław, rejestracja. Tutaj rejestracja. A online zaczynamy już 9:30. Będziecie widzieć też, co się zaczyna dziać, jacy goście przyjeżdżają i tak dalej. To jest bardzo ważne. Z organizacji nie chcę tam jeszcze, jakie były pytania?
Do której?
Do której? Do godziny 18 myślę, że nam to zejdzie. Będą 2 przerwy kawowe, w trakcie których będziemy sobie pić kawkę, rozmawiać, przybijać piąteczki. Będzie 1 przerwa obiadowa, jeżeli ktoś będzie miał ochotę zjeść obiadek lub będzie na poście, no to pogadamy, wypijemy kaweczkę znowu i porozmawiamy. Będzie też miejsce takie, gdzie sobie się ponagrywamy. Będziemy Was prosić o wyrażenie opinii na temat konferencji, no bo to jest pierwsza edycja konferencji tak poważna, więc będziemy coraz lepsi za rok, za 2, za 3. Więc zachęcamy do 24 dzisiaj jeszcze. Możecie zapisać się na konferencję online. Link macie w opisie. Klikajcie, chodźcie, dołączajcie. Będziecie widzieć premierę książki Metoda Odchudzania Braci Rodzeń. Będziecie widzieć, jak rzucamy mięsem. I co jeszcze zobaczycie? Premierę teledysku, tniemy węgle. Jutro to wszystko online. Zaraz będziemy kończyć, słuchajcie, dlatego zapraszamy Was, bo zaraz zamówiliśmy 16 steków. Zaraz będziemy kończyć, bo siadamy i do jedzonka, a jutro zaczynamy transmisję 9:30. No, chodźcie na relacje. Relacje będziemy tak pykać po prostu, powolutku, po jednym zdjęciu, po jednym filmie, także no jest energia. Kończymy. Dobra, słuchajcie, kończymy.
No,